You trust your brain. You rely on it to tell you what is real, what exists, what matters. You assume that perception is a window onto the world, that your senses evolved to reveal reality as it truly is. But neuroscience and physics quietly agree on a disturbing conclusion. Your brain was not built to understand reality. It was built to keep you alive, and those two goals are not the same. Evolution does not reward truth. It rewards usefulness. If a distorted model of the world leads to survival, that model wins. Accuracy is optional. Efficiency is not. This simple fact undermines a deeply held assumption. You assume that seeing is knowing, but perception is not discovery. It is construction. Your brain does not passively receive information from the world. It actively generates a model that allows prediction and action. Light does not enter your eyes as objects. It enters as electromagnetic waves. Sound does not enter your ears as voices. It enters as pressure fluctuations. Touch does not deliver solidity. It delivers electrical signals. Your brain takes these signals and builds a coherent experience. Colors, shapes, objects, space, time. None of these are present in the raw input. They are inventions, useful ones. But inventions nonetheless. This becomes clearer when you look at how perception fails. Optical illusions are not bugs, they are features. They reveal the shortcuts your brain uses. When those shortcuts are exploited, perception diverges from reality. The brain prioritizes speed over accuracy. It fills gaps. It smooths noise. It assumes continuity. It predicts what should be there. When prediction conflicts with input, prediction often wins. This is not a flaw. It is an optimization. A slow but accurate brain would not survive. A fast, predictive brain does. Physics runs into the same limitation from a different angle. The universe at its deepest level does not behave in ways your intuition expects. Particles are not localized objects. Time does not flow. Space may not be fundamental. Causality bends. Information matters more than substance. These ideas feel counterintuitive because your brain was not shaped to grasp them. It was shaped to throw spears, avoid predators, and navigate terrain. The world it evolved in was slow, large, and classical. Quantum weirdness did not matter at human scales. Relativistic effects were negligible. Evolution had no incentive to build intuitions for domains you would never encounter directly. This mismatch explains why modern physics feels strange rather than obvious. The universe did not suddenly become weird. Your brain simply reached beyond the range it was optimized for. This realization removes a hidden arrogance. You are not confused because reality is unclear. You are confused because your cognitive tools are misaligned with the domain you are probing. Your intuitions evolved to compress information into actionable categories, not to reveal structure at the deepest level. Consider space. You experience it as continuous, three-dimensional, stable. But physics suggests that space may be emergent, discrete, or informational. Your brain insists on picturing particles moving through space because that model works at human scales. It fails at quantum scales, but the brain keeps using it anyway. The same is true for time. You feel it flowing because your memory updates sequentially. Physics finds no flowing time. Your experience of passage is not a property of the universe. It is a property of how your brain processes change. This creates an illusion so convincing that questioning it feels absurd. But illusion does not mean error in the everyday sense. It means interface. Your brain presents reality in a format optimized for survival, not for transparency. This idea has been tested formally. In evolutionary simulations, agents that perceive reality accurately are outcompeted by agents that perceive only fitness-relevant information. The accurate agents waste resources tracking details that do not matter. The simplified agents survive. Evolution systematically hides truth when truth is not useful. What you experience is not reality as it is. It is reality as filtered through survival constraints. This does not mean the world is fake. It means your access to it is mediated. Physics compounds this limitation. Measurement itself alters systems. Observation extracts information and forces outcomes. There is no neutral vantage point. You cannot step outside the universe to see it as it truly is. Every description is from within. Every model is partial. Your brain then adds another layer of distortion by insisting on intuitive narratives. It wants causes, flows, forces, objects. Physics increasingly offers relations, probabilities, symmetries, and structures. The friction between these two modes is unavoidable. You feel that friction as confusion, paradox, and strangeness. The mistake is to assume the strangeness lies in reality. It lies in the mismatch. This also explains why mathematics works better than intuition in physics. Mathematics does not care about survival. It does not rely on evolved metaphors. It tracks structure precisely, even when that structure is alien. Your brain resists this because mathematical descriptions do not map cleanly onto sensory experience. You cannot visualize a Hilbert space. You cannot feel entanglement. But reality does not care what you can feel. It behaves according to its own structure. The brain's failure to understand reality intuitively is not a crisis. It is expected. What matters is that the brain can build tools that extend beyond intuition. Mathematics, instruments, experiments. These are prosthetics for cognition. They allow you to probe domains your brain alone cannot grasp. But even with these tools, understanding remains indirect. You manipulate symbols. You test predictions. You build models. You do not gain direct access to reality's foundations. This humbling realization also changes how you interpret certainty. When a theory feels counterintuitive, that is not a reason to distrust it. It is often a reason to take it seriously. Counterintuitiveness is a signal that you have left the domain your brain evolved for. Familiarity is not truth. Comfort is not accuracy. The universe does not owe you intuitive explanations. It owes you consistency. And consistency is exactly what physics finds, even when intuition fails. This does not mean you are trapped in illusion. It means knowledge is layered. The interface you experience works. It allows survival. Beneath it lies structure that can only be accessed indirectly. You can understand that structure intellectually without experiencing it directly. This distinction matters. You do not need to feel reality to understand aspects of it. You need to model it. Your brain was not built to understand reality, but it was built to build tools that can. This is the paradox of human knowledge. Individually, your intuition is unreliable. Collectively, through method and abstraction, you can uncover truths that contradict everything you feel. Physics is the clearest example of this. It has forced you to abandon intuitive space, intuitive time, intuitive causality, intuitive substance. And each time, the universe did not become less real. It became more coherent. The discomfort you feel is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that you are learning something real. Reality is not obliged to fit the brain that evolved to survive on a small planet around an average star. The fact that you can glimpse its deeper structure at all is remarkable, but you should never confuse that glimpse with transparency. Your brain presents a useful fiction layered on top of an inaccessible foundation. Physics peels back parts of that fiction, revealing structures that feel alien because they were never meant to feel familiar. This does not diminish your experience, it contextualizes it. You live inside an interface that works. Reality operates beneath it in ways you were never built to intuit. Understanding begins when you stop expecting reality to make sense on human terms. This is Veritas Labs, where truth is tested.